I'm Chris Hansen, right now on Crime Watch Daily from here in New York City. A father of four viciously stabbed to death.
What now? What now?
Pitting his new fiancé against his estranged wife, each accusing the other of being the killer.
Were you investigated as a suspect?
Today, Narissa Night with two couples and one whodunit. What triggered the murder of Mat Odom?
You can only take so much when your wife winds up pregnant with another man.
And are these the clues to a murder?
You're gonna get my kids taken away from me. Ow!
Explosive cell phone video just months before the attack that eerily foreshadows the crime.
Ow! Ow! Stop stabbing me!
Then decades after the Son of Sam's reign of terror on couples and cars,
I think I'm going to be making out, and next thing you know, I get the back of my head blown off.
Crime Watch Daily with a survivor of New York's most infamous mass murder and the killer himself. David Berkowitz's lost TV interview about his crimes.
I did not pull the trigger at every single one of them.
Plus,
911, where's your emergency? There's a shooter here.
crazed gunmen, drunk drivers, murder.
Where's he bleeding from?
It all goes down during a single night shift. Today, I go behind the scenes of a 911 dispatch center. How stressful is this? The moment a call comes in to the dramatic conclusion.
Put your hands back up.
Right now.
Go. Let's go.
Jason Matera with Crime Watch Daily.
I'm Michelle Sagona from Crime Watch Daily.
This
Elizabeth Smart from Crime Watch Daily.
It's Anna Garcia from Crime Watch Daily. You got anything to say?
is Crime Watch Daily.
What do you mean you don't know she's 13?
You're running away now?
Welcome to Crime Watch Daily, everyone. I'm Chris Hansen. We start today on the other coast in California, where the search for a murderer has turned into a war of words between two love rivals. For more, let's bring in our Narissa Night. She's outside of Bakersfield.
Chris, it's a murder mystery that has everyone pointing fingers at each other.
Mat Odom's fiancé accusing his estranged wife and her new man of literally stabbing him in the back.
Or they had someone else do it.
And they claim Mat's fiancé did it.
In essence, we think she killed him.
The bloody stabbing murder of Mat Odom would be the tragic final chapter in a tangled tale of love, infidelity, and fatal attraction that began way back in high school. That's when Mat and Summers Canada first fell for each other.
They were like high school sweethearts.
And it turned out to be more than just puppy love.
When they got out of school, they got married.
Mat and Summers appear to be happy together, going on to have 4 children, including a pair of twin girls.
He was a good father and went straight to work, you know, and provided for his family, the growing family.
And Mat carved out a good, solid career for himself as an electrician in Bakersfield, California.
Mat Odom appeared to be, an average, everyday kind of guy, a working class, blue collar guy.
He was just a hard worker and a provider. I mean, he did everything he could to try and give each one of his kids attention.
But after nearly 10 years together, Mat and Summers had come to a realization they really didn't know each other. And Mat's older brother, Chris, says their marriage began to fall apart.
He would call me upset, crying, saying he didn't know what was going on, but he was there with his kids and she was always gone.
Chris and others say Mat suspected Summers was cheating on him.
There were accusations of infidelity on her part.
Summers told one of our producers at Crime Watch Daily that Mat cheated on her too, claiming he once had an affair while he was on a business trip. But Mat reportedly wanted to stay together for the sake of their children.
He didn't want to leave. He wanted to be a part of his kid's life.
But he'd be horrified when he learned who it was Summers was seeing on the side. Of all people, Garrett Holden, an old high school flame she had been dating before she met Mat all those years ago.
We actually were first boyfriend and girlfriend at that time. I got married, she got married.
Summers had reconnected with Garrett on social media.
She reached out on Facebook and we started talking again, and then that led to a meeting and it just went from there.
But still, Matt wanted to try to make his marriage work.
Matt knew about it, but no one else did. And so there was a lot that was still, I guess you could say, in the shadows or in the dark.
That is, until a scandalous revelation made the extramarital affair literally impossible to hide anymore. To Matt's shock and disbelief, Summers was carrying Garrett's child.
You can only take so much when your wife winds up pregnant with another man. It's time to let it go.
Matt and Summers would file for divorce, which started getting ugly real fast.
They were in a custody battle over their children.
And it became poisonous when, just like Summers, Matt fell back into the arms of his first crush, Erica Lingle, a classmate he dated in the 8th grade before meeting Summers.
We picked up like right where we left off at. I mean, we were like kids again. Both of us were like kids.
But it would set off a war between the two women when Summers reportedly became surprisingly jealous.
She straight out says it. Like, she can't stand the fact that we're happy. I'm playing house, is what she calls it.
When he got a girlfriend, it seemed like she wasn't quite sure she was over him.
And Garrett says that put a strain on his relationship with Summers.
There was a lot of times where Summers herself was torn one way or the other, and it was very difficult.
Summers is said to have believed Erica couldn't have children and was trying to take over her role as their mother after reconnecting with Matt.
She was being real helpful with his children while he was at work.
Garrett claims Erica taunted an already furious Summers.
She actually got in Summers' face in front of the kids and said, "Look, I'm going to take your kids, and there's nothing you can do about it."
An indignant Erica denies it.
I would never try to take a mother's children from them. There's no reason why I'd want to steal someone's children. That's just wrong. That's not me.
And even though Summers had herself become engaged to Garrett, Matt's brother says she was enraged when she learned Matt and Erica were planning on getting married too.
Like a jealousy ignited, and she lost her cool.
You're gonna get my kids taken away from me. Ow!
Next, Summers' fury boils over in a violent confrontation with Matt in a parking lot.
Ow! Ow! Stop stabbing me! I'm not! Yes, you just did!
Mat Odom and his wife Summers were high school sweethearts who had 4 beautiful kids together. But when Matt found out Summers was pregnant with her old boyfriend's baby, he ran back to his old girlfriend. Our Narissa Knight says that's when things turned from ugly to deadly.
The marriage of high school sweethearts Mat Odom and Summers Kennedy was over. And Matt was already engaged to Erica Lingle, his first crush back in the 8th grade.
When you're a little girl and you dream about the day you get married and you're gonna have that white picket fence and everything else.
But Erica's dream of settling down with her high school sweetheart would have to wait until Matt and his estranged wife Summers settled their contentious divorce and custody battle over their 4 children.
He didn't like drama, he didn't like confrontation. And, all I seen from her was confrontation.
The animosity between them only intensified by Summers also being engaged to Garrett Holden, an old high school flame of her own.
They would get into a really heated argument or fight, and then I would come over and either I would take her out of the situation or he would leave the situation.
And Matt and Summers were headed for an angry public showdown in a parking lot.
I'll give you everything you want, and I will never see you again.
Their kids waiting in his car crying as their parents go at it.
You're gonna get my kids taken away from me. Ow!
So she's just on a rampage.
This video Matt recorded on his cell phone purports to show Summers attacking him with his car keys.
Ow! Ow! Stop stabbing me! I'm not! Yes, you just did!
She asks him to cut off the video.
It's me on there, so give me the phone. No.
Matt keeps rolling, and Summers keeps insisting he stop.
You and Erica will have the kids.
Stop! Seriously!
Delete it!
No!
Yeah!
No!
You want her to lose her mom?
Garrett claims Matt was provoking her.
He didn't turn off the video. He didn't stop and try to diffuse it. He kept it going, egging it on.
And Summers told one of our producers here at Crime Watch Daily, Matt had pushed my buttons. I was lucid during that video. We were both at fault. He chose to push into my face. Matt took the video to family court with serious consequences for Summers.
Because of that video, Summers Odom's parental rights were constricted, and Mat Odom was the primary person with custody of their children.
And this threat she made during the confrontation would come back to haunt her.
That gets deleted or something worse is gonna happen, and I know you want that.
Don't threaten me.
It's a promise.
Just 6 months later, the tragedy strikes.
Mat Odom was on his way to work when he was murdered.
Viciously stabbed to death in the front yard of the home where he lived with Erica in Bakersfield, California.
I get out of my car and I walked around and I see him sprawled out on the lawn.
Matt's body would be discovered by Erica's mother, Monica, who had just arrived at the house to help her daughter mind the kids for the day.
And then I walked around and I looked at him and I said, Matt, get up.
When Matt doesn't respond, a frantic Monica rushes inside to get her daughter.
So you see him lying over here?
Yes, on his back.
In pools of blood.
And that image I can never get out of my head. It was so unreal. Like, I can't believe this happening. I felt like, okay, am I having a dream? Am I on the set of like CSI or something?
Police at the scene reportedly determined that Matt had died from multiple knife wounds to the back and neck, inflicted by someone apparently lying in wait for him, says Erica.
Right here outside your front door.
They were waiting for him to leave for work.
Investigators dismiss robbery as a motive after finding Matt's wallet still in his pocket, untouched. And they search the scene for clues to who might have murdered him and why.
They spent long hours combing that neighborhood for any physical evidence.
But they come up empty, except for a possible lead from Erica.
Was there anything unusual in the weeks or days before Matt's murder?
Oh, yeah. I felt like I was being watched. I felt this dark cloud.
Erica tells detectives she thinks it was Summers.
She was already seen watching us before.
Matt is also said to have been uneasy, taking out a restraining order against Summers, who responds by stating in family court, Matt attacked me during a fight, and I had to run out of the hotel and lock myself in my car. He has repeatedly told me he wished I would just die and leave him alone. Matt denied these allegations, and his own statement to the court stated, her actions and her words have made it very clear that she would do anything to keep her children and get them away from me and Erica.
I think he felt something was going to happen. He wrote a letter to the courts when he got the restraining order saying that he feared for himself and his children, also his new girlfriend.
Now, investigators begin to look at his nasty custody battle with Summers as a possible motive.
That his death was tied to the conflict between he and Summer Odom over their children.
Next.
You're sure it was them?
I'm sure.
Dueling murder accusations.
You think Erica killed him?
Yes.
We're back with more of the Mat Odom murder mystery. Once again, here's Narissa Knight.
Chris, it's here in this upscale Bakersfield neighborhood where a father of four would be found dead in the front yard of his home.
Mat Odom, just 28, stabbed multiple times in the back and neck.
And you realize, what now? What now?
And his fiancé, Erica Lingle, was among the first to be questioned by police.
Were you investigated as a suspect or a person of interest?
I was the only one home when he was killed. So, I mean, of course they asked me, and of course, I didn't do it. I have no reason to do it.
But Matt's estranged wife, Summers, had accused Erica of killing him right from the beginning in a series of angry text messages. One reading, "My children hate you for killing their dad."
You think Erica killed him?
Yes, for multiple reasons, but yes.
The main reason, Summers' fiancé Garrett Holden claims, was that Erica and Matt were having problems and he was breaking off their engagement.
So our thought on that morning, we actually think Matt told her that he was leaving her. We think that it had gotten to a point where he was tired of the fighting, of the having money held over his head. He said, "I'm taking the kids and we're leaving." And she said, "No, you're not."
I took the allegation to Erica.
What do you say to that?
If he was gonna leave me, why would I kill him? Why didn't I want to rekindle a relationship? If he was gonna leave me, what did I have to gain out of it? I had nothing to gain.
Erica says she and Matt had just moved into a new home together in anticipation of their marriage.
Why would I want to disrupt my life and want to say I'm gonna marry this man and move into this nice 5-bedroom house and start everything and be so happy?
She also says there's no evidence linking her to the crime.
Where were my bloody clothes? Why didn't I have any blood underneath my fingernails or anything like that?
And Erica claims to have an alibi, corroborated by her mother, Monica, the one who found Matt's body when she arrived at their house early that morning he was murdered.
Walked in there and she was sound asleep in the bed.
Monica also scoffs at the claim that Matt and Erica were breaking up.
Matt wasn't going to leave Erica. He left her a beautiful note that morning that says, "Babe, I love you."
Erica says she has her own suspects.
Who do you think killed Matt? Who's responsible? Who took him from you and the kids?
Summers had something to do with it. Who actually stabbed him in the throat? Garrett wouldn't have the nerve to.
Matt's brother Chris suspects they did it together or hired someone else to do it.
They had the only motive, nobody else.
And that motive?
Stop now. No.
Revenge for this video that ended up costing Summers custody of her kids.
Either that gets deleted or something worse is gonna happen, and I know you want that.
Don't threaten me.
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
Chris claims Summers made good on that promise she made in this phone video Matt shot of her allegedly attacking him in a parking lot.
Ow! Ow! Stop stabbing me. I'm not. Yes, you just did.
And Chris alleges Summers, with the help of Garrett, stabbed Matt again, this time fatally 6 months later.
You're sure it was them?
I'm sure.
Yeah, that is what they think. That is their mindset.
And visibly shaken, Garrett says it also appeared to be the mindset of police.
I apologize because this is actually a very... So they got me at work. They had an officer come. He goes, "You're not arrested, but I need you to come with me because we have some questions."
And police obtained a warrant to search their house.
They said, "Give me the key to your house or we're going to break in the door."
Garrett says they found Summer asleep inside.
The officers went in, guns drawn, flashlights in her face, and dragged her out of bed half naked and pregnant.
Taking her in for questioning too.
Our official term was a person of interest. They said, "You know, we are looking at you guys." That's just how it is.
Garrett says he and Summers, who have since married, had an alibi.
When he was murdered, where were you?
At home. And that's the hard part.
Because they couldn't prove it.
But you weren't officially arrested?
We were never arrested, never charged, never deemed suspects.
And Summers denies any involvement in Matt's murder to Crime Watch Daily, telling one of our producers, "I had nothing to do with it. I would never hurt my children like that. We may not have gotten along, but he didn't deserve that." But Garrett says neither he or Summers have been absolved.
The officers have flat out told us that the problem where we're at right now is there is no evidence that says you did it, but at the same time there's no evidence that says you didn't do it.
The elephant in the room, let's get right to it. Did you kill Matt? Did you hire someone to kill Matt? Did you have anything to do with his murder?
No, not at all. And nor did my wife, Summers. We had nothing to do with it.
Matt's heartbroken family won't accept that.
It's hard for you?
I mean, it's taken so much away from us and our kids because we're putting so much time into getting justice.
They can't take my memories of him. They can't take the love that we shared. And so that's the one thing they can't take away from us, is the love that our family had for Matt.
But Garrett and Summers accused the Odom family of waging a slanderous campaign against them, even posting notices around their neighborhood calling them suspected killers.
They've concocted this story that we are guilty, and they've created a 2,000-strong Facebook group that's literally a hate page against me and my family.
Has the harassment ever led you to fear?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why we've moved 4 times in the last 3 years.
Out of fear for your safety?
Out of fear for our safety.
Matt's brother Chris insists Summers and Garrett are in no danger from him.
If he's living in fear, it's probably his guilty conscience. But if they were a target would have been already hit. I have no means or reason to do anything other than keep my brother's story alive.
The Bakersfield Police Department declined our request for an interview to discuss the case because it's an ongoing investigation.
Still to this day, I drive my truck and I always look because he'd just be right there. Like, and the way he would look at me with so much love and so much awe, like, just it makes a woman feel special.
She also has one surprising piece of news for Summers, who had always claimed Erica was trying to steal her children away from her because she was infertile.
And make them yours because you couldn't have kids.
No, then I wouldn't be expecting twins.
You're pregnant now?
Yes, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Even though Matt is not the father, Erica is now looking forward to a family she can truly call her own. And since Matt's death, Summers has regained full custody of their 4 kids.
If you have any information on the unsolved murder of Mat Odom, you can call the Bakersfield Police at 1-661-327-7111 or submit a tip to crimewatchdaily.com. Coming up, 40 years after the New York killing spree, a revealing new interview with a Son of Sam survivor.
There might be more to the Son of Sam shootings than just David Berkowitz.
Did the serial killer act alone? All new questions about a mystery woman.
We can actually place her within 2 blocks of the shooting, and she's still alive.
Next. I gotta tell you, New Yorkers are pretty tough people. They're brave and they don't back down. But there is one name that still strikes fear in this city: David Berkowitz, the Son of Sam. His reign of terror was more than 40 years ago, but today there are all new questions about his grisly murders. And some of those questions come from the man who is one of the few to get away. The Son of Sam, one of the most notorious serial killers in U.S. history. Many believe the man behind the murderous rampage is David Berkowitz. But one survivor says it's not that simple.
There might be more to the Son of Sam shootings than just David Berkowitz.
And in this rare footage,
I was tormented, I was driven, I was falling apart.
We hear from the man himself.
I look back and I said, my God, you know, how did this all come about?
It's late October 1976. A brisk evening in Flushing, Queens, one of New York City's 5 boroughs. 20-year-old Carl De Niro, who will leave for Air Force basic training soon, is ready to kick off the weekend.
The night started out like any other Friday night. I went to a party with a bunch of friends. After the party, came back to the bar that we hung out in.
There, De Niro ran into Rosemary Keenan, a pretty 18-year-old brunette he knew from college.
We talked for about 45 minutes and we decided to leave. We got into her car and drove around the neighborhood looking for basically a place to make out.
They find their spot at 159th and 33rd.
She pulled into this front of this house, no street light. We were sitting there 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes, and next thing you know, all the windows blew out of the car. I didn't really know what happened, but I knew we were in trouble, and I told her to get out of here, start the car up. I passed out for probably 10 seconds. And when I came to, she was in a panic because she didn't know where she was, and I directed her back to the bar that we started at.
Back at the bar, the reality of De Niro's condition starts to seep in.
And doorman said, Carl, you don't look too good. And I said, I don't feel good. And my shirt just turned blood red. And that's when my friend said, we gotta get him to the hospital.
At the hospital, De Niro learns what actually happened. He's been shot in the head.
I think I'm gonna be making out. And next thing you know, I get the back of my head blown off.
NYPD launches its investigation, but before long, their victim becomes their suspect.
Because of my long hair at the time, and because of the low-crime neighborhood, they kind of jumped to the conclusion that it was a drug deal gone bad. So for 6 months, I basically had to defend myself to my mother, because my mother believed the cops.
De Niro's shooting isn't an isolated incident. Over the next several months, there are more, mostly targeting couples in cars and women with long brown hair. 2 of the victims die.
Clearly, he had something in for women, although he shot men too. But women seem to be his victims of choice.
Cops are at a loss until they catch a ballistics break.
They were able to put together 4 seemingly random shootings, all tied to a same type of bullet, and then later on it was the same type of gun. So they came to the conclusion that this is a serial killer. Turned out I was the second victim, so I was off the hook as a drug dealer, but found myself in the middle of a shooting spree.
The madman would be dubbed the .44 caliber killer. A month later, that would change. A letter is found near the bodies of his next 2 victims. In death, a new moniker is born.
The maniac who calls himself Son of Sam.
Son of Sam.
Son of Sam.
Son of Sam. Son of Sam.
Who is the assassin hiding behind the alias? Varying witness accounts of the shooter make cops work even harder.
The sketches were so different, so it was confusing. Who was this guy?
As spring turns into summer, the Son of Sam's reign of terror continues. Shooting, killing, and taunting police.
He was kind of saying to the cops, come get me. And they didn't know how.
Then they did.
I find it remarkable how he was caught. He got a parking ticket.
I got a call from my sister saying that they just arrested the Son of Sam. His name's David Berkowitz.
24-year-old David Berkowitz, a postal worker from Yonkers, confesses to alone killing 6 and wounding 7 others, saying that the Sam in the Son of Sam referred to his neighbor, Sam Carr, and it was Carr's demonic dog who told him to kill. Cops got their man, but not everyone believed it was an open and shut case.
I believe that David Berkowitz did not act alone, and in fact, it has crossed my mind that this .44 caliber pistol that was the weapon used in the shootings that we witnessed was passed around among a number of people.
Berkowitz pleaded guilty and was eventually sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms of 25 years to life. Several years later, on 2 different occasions, investigative reporter Maury Terry interviewed David Berkowitz in prison for a documentary series. In these rarely seen meetings, Berkowitz tells Terry that he was not the only shooter.
Now, there were a series of 8 attacks known as the Son of Sam killings.
Yeah.
Did you do all of them?
I was at all of them. I was at, more or less at all of them, scouting the areas and reporting back on likely targets and things, and I did not pull the trigger at every single one of them. And I believe the police do know that.
Berkowitz claimed his accomplices were fellow members of the 22 Disciples of Hell's Satanic Cult, a group he joined when he was 22. And the killings were sacrifices to their satanic gods. Berkowitz agreed to go through each shooting, saying which ones he did and which ones he didn't, including Carl De Niro's.
Carl De Niro, Rosemary Keenan in Queens. No, that wasn't you. No. Were any of the 44 shootings done by females?
Yes.
Would that have been 1 shooting or 2?
1 I know of, possibly 2. But I know that Carl's was definitely a woman.
Berkowitz refused to name any living co-conspirators for fear of reprisals against his family. But De Niro may have an idea of who she is.
All indications point to a female who was in the cult We can actually place her within 2 blocks of the shooting, and she's still alive. She would be 71 years old now.
Who do you think shot you?
I'd rather not say.
De Niro hopes one day there will be enough evidence to have the case reopened. Until then, he counts his blessings that he's alive. He survived when tragically so many didn't.
I always consider myself very lucky, extremely lucky.
Even though Berkowitz says he didn't shoot De Niro, he says he deserves to be where he is, in prison. In fact, he's refused parole for the last 15 years. His next parole hearing is scheduled for May of 2018. Still to come, a rare exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the anatomy of a 911 call. We've got Crime Watch daily cameras everywhere, capturing the desperate calls for help and the unpredictable moments on the scene.
What did you hear?
It was like gunshots.
Next. They are the people we call at the darkest moments in our lives. We don't even know their names. In fact, we call them by a number, 911. Operators who serve as our lifelines. And now Crime Watch Daily is getting rare access to law enforcement and the thriving heartbeat that controls the chaos just outside of Detroit, Michigan. A desperate daughter pleads for help. Her father has just stabbed her mother.
911, where's your emergency?
My mom's bleeding out on the floor. My dad just came in and they stabbed her. And she's dying and she's bleeding out and she's dying. Help!
A rape victim shoots and kills her attacker.
What is the address for your emergency?
My ex came in and he raped me and I shot him.
A woman on the brink of suicide.
But you took all your insulin. Is that going to make you sick?
No, it's going to make me dead.
And a vicious stabbing in the middle of a 911 call.
Okay, where are they now?
Chilling 911 emergencies that flood call centers across the country. Operators on the other end know they can be the difference between life and death.
What's going on there?
Mom and Dad will wake up.
And tonight, I'm here in Macomb County, Michigan, where the Sheriff's Department has given us unlimited access from the time a 911 calls in to the time the deputies first respond. And you'll see everything that takes place in between. This is the pulse of the Macomb County Sheriff's Department. How stressful is this?
It can get pretty stressful.
What's the most dangerous call your people get?
We always talk in law enforcement about domestics because it's very heated, but we're now finding that they're just your basic traffic stop, could turn fatal.
Now I'm suiting up with a bulletproof vest, hitting the streets with Sergeant Justin Locke, and within minutes, he stops a man in a pickup truck driving erratically in an apartment complex. What made you suspicious about this vehicle?
Prior to the traffic stop.
No lights on, it was dark.
Yeah. And then just how he's operating the vehicle. Hello, sir. How we doing today? You have driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please.
Inside the cab, the sergeant finds 3 young women hunkered down.
How did you fit anybody else in that car? Where's your ID at? Take your hands out of your pocket. Huh? Put your hands back up for me. Put your hands back up on the hood. How do you know these girls?
One's my girlfriend, the other one's girlfriend.
How old's your girlfriend?
She is 28.
She's 28? Go and put your hands behind your back for me. How old are you?
I'm 48.
The sergeant cuffs the driver for not having his license. What do you think we find here?
From what I see right now, there might be some narcotics involved.
The sergeant's suspicions are correct.
What do we got there? Marijuana, small amount.
Deputies also find used heroin needles in a purse.
What worries you when you find a needle in a vehicle like that?
First thing is, if there's any others, I don't want to find them by sticking my hands in them. Who uses heroin?
No one anymore.
We're old. We're trying to get clean.
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
No, listen to me. You act like I'm surprised right now. Sit back. Okay? I don't need the attitude. I'm asking you some questions because I want to get stuck with a needle.
You got a guy with warrants, you have a woman who's a heroin user, you've got marijuana and needles. So clearly, whatever was going on tonight, they were up to no good.
Sergeant Locke calls in the driver. He's got 3 warrants, but he doesn't find any heroin, so he kicks the girls loose.
And when we talk about the 911 center here in Macomb County, how much of what you do involves heroin, opiate, addiction, abuse problem?
About 50% of the calls have some type of drug-related activity.
Heroin.
We have a heroin problem here in Macomb County, and we are not proud of it.
Then the call that sends everybody scrambling.
There's a 50 shots.
You heard 50 shots?
And I was in a Vegas shooting, and I know what it sounds like. There's a shooter in the theater.
Up next, we're racing to a packed movie theater. Has an active shooter opened fire?
No?
It was, we don't know. Very, very, very loud. Yeah.
A call goes out near Detroit, Michigan. 50 shots fired at a movie theater. At the time, I was actually in a squad car with a sheriff's deputy racing to the scene. And while all that was going on, Crime Watch Daily's cameras caught the drama unfolding at the 911 command center.
911, where's your emergency? Someone's shooting the place up.
Desperate pleas for help light up the Macomb County 911 command center.
There's a 50 shots.
You heard 50 shots?
A possible active shooter inside a packed movie theater.
Are you inside the theater?
People were scattering everywhere.
Within a split second, the call is relayed to every law enforcement officer in the county.
We have possible active shooter, Madden Theater, Theater 5, 50 shots heard.
Hang on, fellas.
As we race to the theater, dispatchers do their best to calm the terrified voices on the other end of the line.
People are looking for an exit. We can't find an exit.
Listen closely. This woman tells the dispatcher she just survived the Las Vegas massacre.
And I was in a Vegas shooting, and I know what it sounds like. There's a shooter in the theater.
I want you to stay where you're at. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. My legs are shaking. I can't move.
Now she's hiding behind a movie screen, reliving the nightmare.
I don't want to go out there.
We've got every single deputy that's possible. They're coming towards you, okay?
Within minutes, we arrive at the theater. It is sheer pandemonium inside. But I track down the 911 caller from the Vegas shooting.
What did you hear?
It was very, very, very loud.
Yeah, it was like gunshots. It was like gunshots.
Gunshots.
Everyone jumped up. They grabbed me. The people in front of me started running.
Did you see a gun? Did you see anybody shoot?
No, but we could hear the gun.
She's visibly shaken, still haunted by gunshots.
You were in Las Vegas.
Getting shot at. We were next.
You were at the concert.
We were getting shot.
Then everyone's heart skips a beat.
We were getting shot.
Are those more gunshots? And then relief.
A little girl that's an exit only, emergency exit. She was on her way to the bathroom, accidentally went through there, couldn't get back in, and was banging on the door.
Believe it or not, what sounded like gunshots turns out to be a lost little girl looking for her parents.
It sounds like gunshots. And what first came in as an active shooter with as many as 50 shots fired at this theater ends up being somebody who got locked out and trying to get in. But you can imagine the panic.
For the Macomb County deputies, it's crisis averted.
When you kicked it, I got to tell you, it sounded like gunshots.
And then, kick it repetitively, it's almost like a semi-automatic pistol going off. And in today's day and age, I think everybody's on high alert.
You had Texas, you had Las Vegas, you had New York.
Fortunately, it wasn't one of those nights here tonight.
And then the most bizarre 911 call of the night comes into the command center.
911, what is your emergency?
I think my brother's dying.
Okay, is he breathing?
He said he swallowed his...
What?
You heard right. A big man, close to 300 pounds, accidentally swallowed his dentures while sleeping. And now they're lodged in his throat.
Go by him and make sure he's getting some air.
How many calls do you figure you've taken in 19 years?
Thousands, if not 10,000.
And where does this one rank?
Up there. Probably one of the second most.
Dispatcher Pete Andrzejewski calmly asked the man's sister to perform the Heimlich maneuver.
Can you do the Heimlich maneuver?
There's just one problem.
I have very short arms. They won't go around him.
He's too big for her to get her arms around him.
How desperate was this situation?
I could tell over my years of experience that it was pretty desperate.
Just keep pushing down.
The quick-thinking dispatcher has an idea.
Is he able to try to find a corner of like a countertop that's rounded or something so that he can do it?
A chair might work. You got it out?
You got it out?
Yeah.
Did that work?
It worked.
He got his teeth out?
Most people never get to thank the 911 operator who saved their life. But Arthur Oswald and his sister Judy were so grateful, they asked if they could personally thank Pete.
Did he save your life?
Definitely. I appreciate it. I wouldn't make it 5 minutes. I mean, we were going on 4 minutes and no breathing.
What do you say to him?
Oh, thank you very much.
I know I kept thanking you. I was so happy you were there.
He's an angel.
For this dispatcher and the rest of the Macomb County Sheriff's Department, it's all in a day's work.
What's the best part of this job for you?
When you can actually save a life or do something, make a difference in someone's life.
I gotta tell you, heading to that movie theater, I truly thought we were going to walk into a bloodbath. Thank God we didn't. I want to thank the Macomb County Sheriff's Department for the incredible access they allowed Crime Watch Daily, and personally thank the brave men and women in uniform who put their lives on the line every day to protect us. Riding with them always reminds me of just how tough their jobs truly are.